Greetings, dear listeners. Before I begin this brand new tale of a mother's quiet discovery, a daughter's secret betrayal, and the day I chose to write my own ending instead of letting someone else sign my name on it, I humbly ask for your support. Please hit that like button if these stories ever made you feel seen, subscribe so you never miss a fresh one, and drop a comment below. Tell me which city or country you're listening from tonight. Your messages from around the world always remind me that these heartbreaks and victories are universal. Now, settle in with something warm or cold, whatever comforts you. This is the story of how one woman's hidden plan backfired and became the most expensive lesson of her life. My name is Eleanor Grace Whitaker. I turned 73 last spring, though most mornings I still feel the same determined girl who once balanced ledgers at the old textile mill in Raleigh, North Carolina. I live in the same two-story colonial house on Maplewood Lane that my husband Richard and I bought in 1987, the house where we raised our only child, the house I paid off alone after Richard's heart attack took him in 2008. The garden still has the rose bushes he planted, though I tend them now with slower hands. For 38 years, I worked as a senior bookkeeper for small businesses downtown. Every overtime hour, every tax refund, every careful saving went into three places: the mortgage, my modest retirement, and the things I kept for my daughter's future. Those things filled our formal dining room and the locked china cabinet in the hallway, a complete set of Royal Copenhagen porcelain, service for 12, delicate blue fluted pattern, bought piece by piece over 20 years from estate sales, sterling silver flatware, Gorham Chantilly, 18 place settings, my grandmother's antique mahogany sideboard that had survived 2 world wars, crystal stemware from Waterford, a small but exquisite collection of oil paintings, mostly local North Carolina artists from the 1940s, and in the safe upstairs, the savings account passbooks and investment statements that totaled just over $487,000 after a lifetime of careful living. My daughter was named Caroline Grace Whitaker. She was born in 1984, a late and precious gift after 3 miscarriages. She had my eyes and Richard's easy smile. I gave her everything I never had: ballet lessons, private school, study abroad semester in Florence, a brand new Honda when she graduated from Duke. When she moved to Charlotte for her marketing career, I helped with the down payment on her condo. Every time she came home, she would open the china cabinet, run her fingers over the porcelain, and say the same words: "Mom, this is all so beautiful. When I get married or when I finally open my own agency, we'll use everything for the launch party or the reception. Promise you'll keep it all safe for me?" I always promised. But Caroline turned 41 last year. No wedding, no agency, just a string of high-profile jobs, luxury vacations, and a lifestyle that looked perfect on Instagram. She visited less often, but the requests came more frequently. "Mom, the condo HOA is killing me. $8,200 assessment. Can you cover it?" I covered it. "Mom, new MacBook Pro and camera gear for client pitches. $5,900. I sent it. Then came the afternoon that changed everything. It was a warm Saturday in early June. Caroline arrived unannounced, wearing white linen and oversized sunglasses, carrying a large manila envelope. She hugged me tightly, longer than usual. "Mom, you look tired. You've been working too hard your whole life. Let me take care of everything now. I had some papers drawn up so I can handle your affairs if anything ever happens. You can finally relax. I'll manage the house, the antiques, the money, everything. Just sign here, and I'll take care of the rest." She placed the envelope on the kitchen table. Inside were documents labeled Durable Power of Attorney and Last Will and Testament. My name was typed at the top. The will left the house, all contents, all savings, and every antique to Caroline Grace Whitaker. The notary stamp looked official. The signature line waited for me. Something in my chest tightened. I smiled gently and said, "Let me read it carefully tonight, sweetheart. I'll let you know tomorrow." She left looking pleased. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 2 a.m., I drove to an all-night copy shop and made duplicates. The next morning, I took the originals to my longtime lawyer, Mr. Harlan, in downtown Raleigh. He read them once, then again. His face grew very still. "Eleanor, these are forgeries. The notary's signature is fake. The paper is wrong. This isn't a legal document. It's a very good fake meant to trick you into thinking you already signed something." My hands started shaking. Mr. Harlan looked at me over his glasses. "Someone wanted you to believe you had already given everything away." I drove home in a daze. Caroline had tried to steal my entire life while I was still breathing. That same week, I made 2 appointments. First, with Mr. Harlan again, I rewrote my will from scratch. Every antique, the house, the savings accounts, everything was to be liquidated and donated to the American Cancer Society in Richard's name. A separate letter instructed that $450,000 of liquid assets be transferred immediately upon my death or incapacity. I also added a clause: if anyone contested the will, they would receive nothing. Second, I opened a new safe deposit box at a different bank and began quietly moving things. I didn't confront Caroline, not yet. 3 weeks later, Caroline called from the airport. "Mom, I'm going to Miami for 2 weeks. Big client meeting, then beach time to recharge. My cards are maxed from the trip deposit. Can I use yours? I'll pay you back the second I'm home, promise." I handed her the card. She kissed my cheek and left in a cloud of expensive perfume. The house became mine again. While she was gone, I did 2 things. I sold nothing yet. I wanted the house in antiques to stay exactly as they were until the right moment. Instead, I liquidated some of the investment accounts I had moved earlier. The money went straight to the American Cancer Society as a living donation, $450,000 in one wire transfer. They sent me a beautiful letter of acknowledgement on heavy cream paper. I also filled the refrigerator and pantry with everything I denied myself for decades. I bought fresh white truffles from Italy, beluga caviar in blue tins, aged Parmigiano Reggiano, Hamoon Iberico, ripe peaches and figs, a case of chilled Dom Pampagne, handmade chocolates from Belgium, Alaskan king crab legs, exotic fruits I had only seen in magazines. The old refrigerator groaned under the weight of abundance. The shelves glowed like a jewelry box. I ate my first real meal at the formal dining table on the Royal Copenhagen plates I had saved for Caroline's wedding. I used the Gorham silver. I drank champagne from the Waterford flutes. I cried a little, but they were tears of relief. 2 weeks later, on a humid Thursday afternoon, I heard the Uber pull up. Caroline burst through the front door, tan and glowing, suitcase wheels clattering. "Mom, Miami was incredible. I met so many people. I'm starving. The plain food was disgusting. What do we have?" She walked straight to the kitchen without hugging me. She opened the refrigerator and screamed. The cold light spilled out like liquid gold. Caviar cans, champagne bottles, truffles, fruit that looked too perfect to be real. But on the middle shelf, right in front, stood a single white envelope with the American Cancer Society logo. She snatched it with trembling hands and read aloud, "Dear Mrs. Whitaker, thank you for your extraordinarily generous living donation of $450,000 to the American Cancer Society in memory of your husband, Richard. Your gift will fund critical research and patient support programs. We have your deepest gratitude." Caroline's face went white beneath her tan. She turned slowly. "Mom, what is this?" I sat at the kitchen table in a new silk blouse, calm as still water. "That is the future you tried to steal." Her voice cracked. "You donated everything? The house? The antiques? My inheritance?" "Not yet. The donation was only the liquid savings, but the new will I signed last month leaves the house, every antique, every painting, every silver and china to the same charity upon my death. You will receive nothing." She started crying, ugly, gasping sobs. "You can't do this. I'm your daughter. That was my money. I had the papers drawn up so I could protect you." I stood up slowly. "You had fake papers drawn up to rob me while I was still alive. You tried to trick me into signing away my life. You took my credit card and left me with $43 and a jar of peanut butter, and you thought I would never find out." She sank to the floor, still clutching the letter. "I was going to take care of you. I was going to move back in after I was gone," I finished quietly. She couldn't look at me. I walked to the counter and poured 2 glasses of water. I set one in front of her. "Caroline, I loved you more than my own life. I sacrificed for you every single day. But love is not a blank check, and it is never permission to forge documents and plan someone's death so you can cash